A very good morning to all my dear students. I hope all are safe and healthy at home. Today we will begin with grammar book and I will take up lesson 13, simple present tense. Let's revise what are verbs. Verbs are action words. We also have learned that verbs have tenses. So tenses are, what are tenses, class? It all tenses tells us about the time of an action. The tense of a verb denotes the time of an action. Okay, basically it has three tenses: past tense, present tense and future tense. We all know what are they. Past tense is used when an action has been done. Present tense is being used when the action is taking place right now at the same moment. And what are future tense? Future tenses are used to express actions that will take place in the future. Also, we use the singular verbs like is, am, are, has, have with the present tense form. Also, we have revised, we use was, were, had with past tense. We have also learned that different forms of the verb help us to determine the time of the action, and this time of the action is known as the tense of the particular action done. Remember students, we have three tenses: the past tense, present tense and the future tense. The simple tenses denote three forms of action in the form of present tense, past tense or the future tense. So we will study about the first kind of tense, that is the simple present tense. Let's see what are they. And let's see what are simple present tenses. In the first step, as we see in the book, we have to read the following sentences. A. Father reads the newspaper daily. So what is the habit of the father? He reads the newspaper daily. It is telling you about the daily habit of the father who is reading the newspaper. Number B. They go to office every morning. It's a routine. They are doing this as a routine every day. My father is a businessman. It's a fact. You're telling about your father, that your father is a businessman. And the Mumbai is a big city. It's also a fact. It's a factual thing. So all these four sentences, it all tells us about the facts or habits or daily routines, what you do every day or at the particular moment. So these verbs which tells you about the daily habit, daily routine or about the universal truths, they will all come under the simple present tense. Students, how will you identify the simple present tense? Let us learn. The simple present tense is used to indicate the following, like habits. Look at the example given. He goes for a walk every day. So you can see it's a daily habit, or you can say it's a daily routine. Where he goes for a walk every day. Let's see the next trait or the characteristic of the simple present tense. It also indicates about the following, that is about the regular actions. For example, the cobbler mends shoes. What you can see in this sentence, what the cobbler does? He mends shoes. He is doing it regularly. So when somebody does the particular action regularly, it will also come under the simple present tense. Let's see the third trait, or how that is indicating. It is also showing about the current situation of the person. For example, I am unwell. Here in this sentence you can see it is telling about the current situation, current health of the person. How is he? He is unwell. The word sentence given is I am unwell, and the word and that is highlighted is am, and it is indicating about the health of the person. It is talking about the simple present tense. Now, let us see the fourth trait of the characteristic. It also indicates about the general truths or facts. That is, the fact, you cannot change that fact, you cannot change that universal truth. So, simple present tense indicates about the general truths or facts. For example, trees give oxygen. So, this is the natural phenomena, this is a general truth, or you can say it is a universal truth. What the tree gives? It gives oxygen. Now, let us learn how to place the verb in the simple present tense form. There are few rules which will help you to understand to put the verbs in the simple present tense form. Let us take the first rule as it goes like singular noun or a pronoun, we have to add s or es with the singular noun or a pronoun. As the examples mentioned on the screen, number 1, the dog barks at the stranger, the earth revolves around the sun, and she walks to school every day. In the first sentence, the dog is the subject and that is in the form of singular subject, right, which means one. So, what we have to add as the formula given, singular noun will go with, we have to add s with the main verb. So, what I have added, the dog is the subject, dog is the singular noun, where I have added with the main verb s, that is bark is the main verb, base verb, and we have to add s over here. So, it will become the dog barks at the stranger. In the same manner, when I will take the third sentence, she walks to school every day, where she is the pronoun, first person pronoun, where I have added s with the main verb walk. So, it becomes she walks to school every day. In the same manner, the earth revolves around the sun. The earth is single, you all know it is a planet and it is in the singular form, singular subject. So, the subject which is singular, it will go with the main verb revolve, where I have added s to revolve, it has become revolves. So, remember student, whenever you are talking about singular nouns or pronouns, we have to add s or es to the singular noun or the pronoun. Let us now learn about the rule using plural noun or the pronouns with the base form. Let us see the examples. The firefighters wear uniforms. Second sentence, they sing melodiously. So, we cannot change the noun now. We have to simply keep the base form of the verb. Here the firefighters, they are more than one in number. So, it is the plural noun and the base form will go with it. It will not be, it will not have any change. We will not add any s or es or ies to it. It will simply remain the same and the firefighters wear uniforms. You should not write wears here because already the rule says the plural noun or the pronoun will go with the base form of the verb. Also in the same manner, when I say they sing melodiously, who are they means more than one in number. So, sing is the base form. So, we will take plural nouns with the base form of the verb. They sing melodiously. Also, when we use the first person singular, that is I, and the second person singular you, the verbs will remain the same. It will go with the main verb of the sentence, like I read a lot, where the subject, where the pronoun is singular, it is I, is a first person singular, and I am using the base verb only, that is read. I have not changed the spelling, I have not added s or es to it. We will keep in mind that with the first person singular, that is I, and the second person singular you, we will only use the base form of the verb in a particular sentence. You get 3 marks for answering this question correctly. So, in this also you can see the base verb or the main verb is get, and we are using the second person singular you. So, remember I or you are the first person or second person singular of the pronoun form, and it only the base form of the verb will be used with these kinds of pronouns. Let us now learn with the third person singular, that is he, she and it. What we use? we will use the first form of the verb, or we can say the base form of the verb, but we have to add here s or es. Few examples I have mentioned here. He goes. What I have done? I have written the third person singular, that is he, and the main verb is go, where I have added es with the main verb and it has become goes. So the sentence becomes he goes. Second sentence, she sings, where the main verb is sing and the rule says you have to add s. So it will become, with the third person singular, we have to add s, that is she sings. The third one, it eats, where the base form of the verb is eat and I have added s to it. So it will become it eats. So students, remember, with the pronouns, that is third person singular, you have to add s or es with the first form of verb. So students, today we have learned what is a simple present tense and few rules to form or place the verb in the simple present tense. In the next part, we will study few more rules, and for the homework I have given, you have to write in the copy the definition and the rules of forming simple present tense. That's all for today. Thank you, students.